Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Magic Wand and welcome back if you happen to be returning. Today I will be doing a flip through and one card reading of this older deck from 2016. So actually a 10-year-old deck, but still extremely relevant for the current time. And this deck is called Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon, and it was published by Beyond Words. It comes in this hardcase box, which looks like this. And that's the bottom there. The sides does have thumb cutouts, which is always nice. The top of the box, the other side, and the back of the box. And I'll go ahead and read the back here. It is a 44 card deck, including a 160-page guidebook. But the back of the book reads, or the back of the box reads, discover the language of your soul. Fine-tune your awareness with sacred geometry and enter the realm of multi-dimensionality. Plato referred to sacred geometry as the language of the soul. For thousands of years, sacred geometry has been a part of every culture. It is the bond that connects us all to the cosmos. It is a true design of our soul. Sacred geometry is a blueprint of creation at the core of all form, even at the core of you. Quantum artist Lon has created 44 activations that encourage your analytical mind to step aside so you can enter the domain of the subconscious and the soul and connect to the quantum field, the space of infinite potential. Working with these cards on a daily basis will help you to think outside the box, create a deeper sense of peace in your life, and become a powerful conscious creator. So I really do feel that even though this deck was published in 2016, a decade ago, it is still extremely relevant because it does include a means to connect to the quantum field, and sacred geometry has already been around for thousands of years, so what's another decade, right? Anyway, so the inside of the box looks like this, really lovely blue here, and it has a cardboard insert, but there's no ribbon to remove the cards, but the little box does come out, but it's quite snug and secure inside the hard case box. And the cards just fit in there and they come out really easily. And it is a little trouble here. And it does include a guidebook, which looks like this. It's the side and that's the back, and there's a whole section here about the artist. So I'm not sure if you can pause and read that, but I'm not going to read all that at the moment. And the guidebook includes a table of contents with an introduction, and then all the cards are listed numerically. And then there is an appendix, which is really neat because it includes a glossary, basic numerology and symbology, as well as basic color meanings. So that's really helpful. And it also includes a number of spreads in the guidebook, so that's always nice as well. And then the cards themselves are laid out in the same way for each of them, but they have the number, the name of the card, the interpretation for the card, or the message on the card actually, and then the interpretation is described here, and then there's a section called Try This. So all the cards are laid out that way. Anyways, then I'll just show you quickly the back of the book here, where they include the appendix and then the glossary, so a few words here that are included, and then basic numerology and symbology, including master numbers, and then symbology for circle, spiral, square, triangle, flower and flower of light, and then basic color meanings. So fairly comprehensive guidebook, I think. The cards themselves are really beautiful, beautiful deep blue. And they are a very high gloss, but they are middle of the road thickness, good thickness. They bend and return quite well. And size-wise, compared to a traditional tarot card, That's the size difference there. So not too big, I think. And the cards, or the deck itself, is not gilded. Oops, it is not gilded. It's just a plain white on the sides there. Okay, so they are in order today. And so it begins with the first card, which is the root chakra. And then there's the message at the bottom. So it kind of does have a border, but it's more of an image that's laid on top of a background color. So it's interesting that way. And then there's the name of the card at the top and the message on the bottom. So root chakra, and this reads, the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well in the physical world. Okay, so that is the first card there. Actually, maybe I'll just use a box to lay them on top like that. Okay, so number 2 is sacral chakra. And the message at the bottom reads, the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. And I would really love to hear your thoughts on this deck. If you'd like to share in the comment section below, that would be awesome. And number 3 is solar plexus chakra. The message is, the frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. So you could pull a card a day and you'd have a message right there, and you wouldn't even have to refer to the guidebook if you didn't want to. It's, very, very user-friendly with just a card a day like that, or even as a clarifier for a spread. Number 4, heart chakra. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Number 5, throat chakra. The frequency of the... it's a tongue twister. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. 6, third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers. 7, crown chakra. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Pull this down a bit there. 8, alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. Beautiful colors. I love the artwork in this deck. Really beautiful. Number 9, allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. 10, authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. 11, belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to Source. 12, change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. 13, coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. 14, communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information both incoming and outgoing through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. 15. Compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. 16. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything is creation. The place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. 17. Consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. 18. Cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. 19. Delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. 20. Discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Number 21. Divine Feminine. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. So beautiful. There's water there in the background as well. Number 22, Divine Masculine. The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. 23. Dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. 24. Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. 25. Emergence. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. 26. Empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we all are connected through the same source. 27. Fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. 28. Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. 29. Healing. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. 30. Integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. 31. Magic. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. 32. Merkaba. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but apologies. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Wow, these shapes are gorgeous, really beautiful. 33, miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. 34, passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. 35, perception. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. 36, prosperity. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind and heart, soul and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. 37, realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. 38, remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we've gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. 39, romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. 40, soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibilities of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Number 41, synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. 42, tantric journey. The frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. 43, transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. And this is last card, 44, universal love. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. Okay, so those are all the cards, and I will go ahead and shuffle for a one-card reading for you. And as I shuffle, I simply ask that you perhaps consider this to be a timeless reading so that anytime you come across it, the message that comes through may have significance for you at this point in time. And I simply ask that you use your intuition to discern if the message is for you and if it carries any significance for you at this point in time. So I will go ahead and ask Spirit to please guide my hand for a message for you at this point in time when you come across this video. What message do we have for whoever may be watching at this point in time? Can I have a card, please? Okay, this card wanted to jump out, and it is the root chakra. and it reads, the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. Okay, so let's read. Actually, it's card number 1. Oh, here we go. Card number 1. So this is exactly what appears on the card itself, and then it goes into the interpretation. Or, yeah. The flower of life is a geometric shape recognized by many cultures all over the planet. It consists of 13 equal circles that intersect in the middle of each circle, creating a perfectly proportioned flower. As a symbol, the flower of life represents the universe as a whole, as well as the harmony in which all the separate components of the universe work together. This beautiful pattern is often used to indicate our understanding of our connections, or our connection as humans and as spiritual beings to the whole. The color red is associated with the root or base chakra. It's linked to our survival instincts and to our ability to ground and identify ourselves in the physical world. It's connected to our sense of prosperity and security and to our physical health. The location of the root chakra at the base of the spine is also the seat of the Kundalini, instinctive primal energy force, and the first chakra is believed to be the generator of life. Red stimulates love and passion, excitement, courage, strength, power, and persistence. Its sense is smell. And then there's a section for something to try, and it reads, take a moment to mentally scan your body. How does it feel? Is there anything it wants to tell you? How grounded do you feel? How deep do your roots grow? Do you feel connected to Mother Earth? How about the cosmos? Contemplate your connection to the physical plane. When is the last time you walked barefoot outside? Okay, so that was the flip through and 1 card reading of the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon. I hope you enjoyed the flip through today, and if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel Magic Wand. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care and have a great day. Bye for now.